guys, Goblin with maybe here. Welcome back to my anime reviews. I usually wear a sweater for these. Welcome back to my anime reviews. Basically, every week I'll try to watch an anime and review it for you guys. It'll be old anime, new anime, it doesn't even matter, but it won't be anime like Naruto, One Piece, Bleach, Fairy Tail, all those kind of animes that are super long, because I ain't wasting my time watching that shit. It takes too long. Every Valentine's Day since last year, I've decided that I want to do a good romance anime, but a fucking weird-ass romance anime. Last year, you got, freaking School Days over here, which is, I find it weird that I just didn't decide to do this year, because this year, Friday, which when I usually would put out these anime reviews, is Friday the 13th February. I'm like, damn, I missed that opportunity. So many people are gonna do that, so I guess I'm not gonna jump on the bandwagon. But this year, you're gonna be getting, my review of Mayo Chiki. I didn't really ever want to review this anime. It's one of my favorites in my whole life. I don't talk about it that much. I've only just recently told my friends about it just because, like, you know, it's a good anime. I want people to know about it. The reason we don't have a second season right now is because not many people know about it. Even I know this anime is weird. You'll understand why I mean it's weird by the end of this review, but I'll be explaining that shit later. It's gonna be a good time. This anime is both dubbed and subbed. And I'm going to be reviewing it mainly in the dubbed category just because I recently rewatched it in dubbed. And I actually plan on buying the dubbed DVDs soon because that anime is great. Like usual, I'll be explaining the most important parts of this anime, like the character story, setting, relationships, voice acting, animation, music, and the genre. Now let's start with the genre actually. Mainly a romantic comedy with some harem in there and cross-dressing. Yes, I did say cross-dressing. I think this is the first time I've ever reviewed an anime with cross-dressing as part of the genre. You'll see why. Now for the setting. The setting is mainly the main character's school. It's very, very basic Japan, kind of a bit newish in tech, not that intense. It's mainly main protagonist's school, sometimes their houses. Other than that, nothing is super important other than those two places to mention. Now for the characters, there are many characters that can be thought as main characters. If you read the manga, you would know that there are 4 main characters, specifically, but I'm going to be only talking about 3 of them because the anime does not go as far as the manga does, so we only are, like, understood that 3 of them are main characters and not 4, so I'm just going to be explaining the 3. First is Kinjiro Sakamachi. He's the main protagonist of this anime, and has something known as genophobia, a fear of touching girls. Note that he is not nowhere near homosexual. He is actually very much straight. His mother is a pro wrestler, and his sister wants to be one as well. And ever since they were little, they would use him as the punching bag because he was the only one who didn't want to. And to make them stop beating him, his nose would reflexively bleed, so they would stop beating on him because they didn't want to get the carpet dirty. Is that not sad? He himself is very kind and can be pretty blunt and oblivious to things. He was told by his father on his deathbed that when he was very young, to protect the one that he truly wants to protect with all his might, and to tell that person, "Stand by me!" And in return, I'll always be by your side and protect you. So emotional. He lives by these words and will do anything to protect his friends and family. Second is Subaru Konoe. Did I say he, or is that kind of spoiler? He is a butler working under the Suzuki family, the head of the family, and the headmaster of their high school. He doesn't talk to many people and tries not to tell many people, or talk to many people because he doesn't trust other people with a super secret that he's been harboring for most of his high school life. Alright, I can't handle it. I'm about to spoil something, so you can click up here to skip. It'll be 5 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Subaru's a girl. A shy girl who's scared of her secret that she's a girl coming out. Her pretending to be a boy will be explained in the story as it fits better there, so let's get back to the main plot. And lastly is Kanade Suzuki. She is the daughter of her school's headmaster, and Subaru is her personal butler. She is a fucking sadist, not much else to say. She gets off on other people's riling up and shit. A sadist. A sadist. A sadist! Why is this my favorite anime again? Now for the story. This story I feel you should experience yourself as, so for the sake, for the people who don't want spoilers, click here to skip this section. I'll give you 10 seconds this time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. Basically, one day Jiro accidentally finds out that Subaru is a girl and he is forced by Kanade to keep it the secret. Why? Subaru's family has served Kanade's for who knows how long, and because Subaru was the only child of the recent generation, they thought the tradition would end, but in the end, Subaru wanted to become a butler as she heard that since Subaru's mom died, her father was going to remarry, and for the sake of the Suzuki family to have butlers, and Subaru did not want that shit. So Kanade's dad made the exception on the terms that her and Kanade would go to school and make sure that no one would find out about that Subaru was a girl. So to make sure Subaru's secret was secure in Jiro, Kanade makes a deal with him that she and Subaru would help him cure his fear of girls, and he was forced to accept it. That's the gist of it. Now for the animations. These animations were great. They were smooth and nice to look at. The only main problem I find was that nothing super duper stood out. Everything was very nice. That's what I'm saying. But no problems at all. Just because nothing stood out doesn't mean they were bad. Now for the voice actors. They were great, but there was a small flaw. Memorality. These voices fit the characters they played well, I have no complaints there, but the voices I do know, I'll remember them from people from different anime. Even though this anime is one of my favorite animes, the main voice actor who played Ochinashi from Angel Beats played Jiro, and I'm gonna remember him as the guy who played freaking Ochinashi in Angel Beats, not Jiro. Okay, this is how it was. Also, they sometimes fuck up with their lines that you can notice in episode 1, and you're just like, what the fuck, are these guys new or something? Now for the music was very good, upbeat and catchy, very fitting for a school life romance comedy. Opening was great, ending was great, background music is great, loved it all. Now for the rating part of these reviews, as a rating I'll split up into 5 different categories: the voice acting, animation, story, characters, and overall enjoyability. Voice acting, 15 out of 20. These voices were good and they fit who they played very well, but I won't remember them as people who played them as they did in this anime, but other people in other anime. And also, they kind of like fucked up, like I said before, in some of their lines. You'll know that they actually fucked up because how they say the specific lines do not sound right, and you're just thinking to yourself, they actually let that in? That's weird. Why didn't they just have the person who recited it? It's weird. Animations, 18 out of 20. They were nice, fit the atmosphere, and were colorful, but like I said before, nothing stood out, which isn't always a bad thing. Story, 18 out of 20. Fucking hilarious. This anime is fucking hilarious, and it's always fun to rewatch, as the jokes are always still funny. The plot progresses at a good pace, and isn't rushed at all. The biggest problem was with the ending. The anime ended in that high school rom-com kind of way, where the last episode felt more like an OVA or more than a proper episode, you know what I mean? Now the biggest problem with this anime wasn't with the anime at all, it was with the fan base. It wasn't a big thing to begin with, and those who did like it didn't watch it in legal ways, so the people making the anime thought people didn't like it, so for that reason a second season was never confirmed, nor does it look like it will ever be confirmed, which is kind of depressing. If you like this anime after watching it, please try to watch it in places where it's kind of legal. That way, the makers will actually know that we actually like it and we can get a fucking second season. Characters, 15 out of 20. All these main characters were great, amazing personalities that meshed well and created a great anime. The biggest problem was with the side characters. The ones that showed up I could honestly care less about, and 3 of them even got their own episodes based around them, but I still could care less about them, as if those 3 episodes weren't that entertaining. They were good, but not super good. Enjoyability, 20 out of 20. At the start of this review, I said that this was one of my favorite animes, as I can kind of relate to it. Well, more to the characters than anything. To those who are watching this, if you're in love, tell her/him, no matter what. You might not get the answer you want, but at least you get an answer and won't live the rest of your life regretting or thinking about what you could have been or done. Trust me on that one. This anime I can rate to a lot, and that's why I love this anime, because of what it made me realize. I had a very long story to tell you guys, but is kind of embarrassing, so maybe I'll tell it another day. Overall score, 86 out of 100, 86%. Despite its flaws, this anime is a masterpiece. An A grade for this anime. I hope you enjoy the video. In the description, there should be a link to buy it online, because Crunchyroll does not have it, and I refuse to give you guys an illegal link, because I will watch this anime legally, and I don't want you guys to watch it illegally. If I can find a legal link, I'll put it down there. If I can't, I don't know, I probably won't put a watchable link down there because I want a second season, and to get you guys to freaking get a second season, you gotta watch this thing legally, guys. Work on it together. Thank you guys for watching. Stop with maybe. I'll see you guys next time.